This was the personal license plate of the postmaster of Almont, North Dakota, and the only reason I know that is because his license plate number was also the zip code he was in charge of. Now, while largely forgotten about today, North Dakota used to reserve all registrations that could potentially double as zip codes for postmasters if they wanted to use them, with the earliest records on these plates that I can find going back to 1966, which is just a few years after zip codes as a concept were first introduced in the United States. But for more on that side of the history, I asked my friend Leven Parker to help me out.
Thanks, Ethan. We needed zip codes for a very simple reason, and that's because before them it was an absolute mess. Originally, letters were mailed like this with just a name and a city attached to it, and you can imagine what a nightmare it was in a major city like New York or Boston to try to alphabetize every single letter that came into the post office. Because at that time, mail was not delivered directly to your door. You had to regularly go down to the post office and pick it up yourself. This all changed in the middle of the Civil War, July 1st of 1863, when an act of Congress was passed requiring all mail to be addressed specifically to street address because they were instituting free citywide delivery in major cities all over the country. But with population growth and the volume of mail increasing, this system too eventually became unmanageable. And by 1962, the United States Post Office was handling over 66 billion pieces of mail every single year. And yes, that's billion with a B. And so on the 100-year anniversary of free city delivery, July 1st of 1963, the post office instituted the use of zip codes with their new friendly mascot, Mr. Zip. And Mr. Zip appeared all over panes of stamps and promotional materials for the United States Post Office for well over a decade, and in the 70s they even issued a stamp specifically promoting the use of the zip code. And until now, I didn't even know zip code plates were a thing, so now I have to buy one. Thanks a bunch, Ethan, you're gonna cost me a fortune.
These plates are a super cool example of how postal history and license plate history intersect, but like I said, they've been largely forgotten about today, because North Dakota totally overhauled its license plate format in the 1980s, and by the early 90s, these plates that had been grandfathered into the system had all but disappeared from the roads.